Hi, welcome to the SATEL Smart Vlog channel. I am Luisa. Today, we are back in our smart home that you visited in the episode 4. At that time, you also learned how to easily select the right equipment using the B-Wave configurator and plan a system that meets all your needs and expectations. So now that we have our devices in place, it's time to get the system up and running and enjoy the comfort and security offered by B-Wave. Today, I'll show you how to do it. It's really easy. All you need is a dedicated mobile app. Yes, in the B-Wave system, everything is done in the app. Today, we'll go step by step through starting up the system, adding and configuring devices. What's more, in the upcoming episodes, I'll show you how to automate your home with added devices. Are you ready? Let's get started. I had already installed the B-Wave app for myself. It doesn't matter whether your phone has an Android or iOS. The B-Wave app is available for both. You can download it conveniently and free of charge from the App Store or Google Play. The app has a clear and eye-pleasing interface and, most importantly, allows you to control all connected devices and pre-programmed functions from a single location. Why is it important? Because I think you'll agree with me that it's a bit uncomfortable when, yes, you've equipped your home with smart devices, but still, you have to open the gate with a dedicated key fob, turn off the lights in one app, switch the heating to the eco mode in another, arm the alarm system in third app, not to mention another app you have to launch to get a view from the cameras on the property. Definitely too much fuss and clicking. This is why the B-Wave system is the perfect solution. We have one app where you do it all, conveniently and, most importantly, very intuitively. And while we're on the subject of the app features, let's list them one by one. So, in the app you can create and launch your system, add devices and configure them. You can also create scenes, routines, and set schedules. Add users and grant them authorizations, create protection modes, add camera views, and set when and how will work the presence simulation mode. The app is basically our control center for all devices, where we can edit their settings and read out many parameters, such as the temperature in the house, the level of humidity, or the power consumed by electrical appliances. Yes, there are plenty of possibilities, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We will create a series of episodes about the B-Wave app so that you know exactly what it can do and how to use it efficiently. Let's start from the beginning. First, we'll get the system up and running. We start by connecting our Smart Hub or Smart Hub Plus to the power supply. I'll show you how to do it in the right way. For our smart home, we chose the Smart Hub Plus. Let's open the box. You should find the power cable, the device, screws with the little plastic part, and the manual. You open the hub and connect the power cable. First, thread the cable through the hole in the flap and insert it right here. Then we have to secure it. With this little plastic piece and longer screws. Remember to remove the insulating strip at the battery pack. Next, we can slide the flap back in and close the hub using the remaining screws. Alright, now all we have to do is insert the plug into the socket. Okay, the Smart Hub Plus is connected. Time to launch the app. The app will ask us whether we allow our location to be shared. I recommend selecting the option Yes when I use the app. Why? For example, to ensure the correct operation of the astronomical clock, which in the future will automate the operation of our roller shutters or lighting. We also select that we wish to receive all notifications from the app and then connect to the network. However, it's not our home network, but the network that the hub displays, the so-called access point. This way, we will be able to connect the hub to our phone. Don't worry if your phone reports that this network has no internet access. It's not needed here. Okay, connection established. Let's get back to the app. Now we can add an object. We give it a name and choose a matching icon. I'll choose a house. Click and move on. You create your profile, the administrator profile. Enter a name, set a password, and click Save. Next, a screen appears where we see the different communication methods that our hub can use, which are GSM, LAN, and Wi-Fi. I am going to choose Wi-Fi, and this time it means our home network. Click to connect the Smart Hub Plus to it. At this point, the hub switches off its access point and connects to our home Wi-Fi. It's time to add some devices. I've prepared two, the Motion Detector Cam and Flat Detector, to show you step by step how to add the first device and the next one. Let's start with the Motion Detector Cam, which is a motion detector with a built-in camera. Let's click Add Device. A message appears to turn the device on, that is, to supply power. For most B-Wave devices, this simply means that we have to insert a battery. Let's do it! You open the enclosure, remove the component with the electronics and insert the battery. The LEDs should start blinking. This means that the detector has been correctly switched on. Then you close the detector and click Next in the application. Search for devices, OK. And there it is. Select the Motion Detector Cam and click Add. As this is the first device we're adding, the choice is simple. But as we develop our system, it is likely that several devices of the same type will appear in it. For example, several motion detectors. How then do we know if we have chosen the right one? By the serial number. We can check it here. OK, now let's name our device. Remember to give it a unique name to distinguish it from other devices in the system. It is best to name the detector according to the function it performs. There is no need to add a room name, as the app will indicate the room name itself in the push notification. This is why, in the process of configuring the device, we have to select it, right here. A list opens for us. Now, choose a room from the list or, if you haven't found a match, add some new one. We now assign the detector to the appropriate group. In this case, of course, it will be the detectors group. Confirm. Depending on the device type, you will see additional options available below. For the Motion Detector Cam, we have two, Use for Security and the Echo mode. The Use for Security option is enabled by default for every device, with a few exceptions about which I'll tell you in a moment. Activating the Use for Security option means that when the system is armed, a disturbance of this device will trigger an alarm. If the system prompts you to keep the Use for Security option, I recommend to leave it that way. And then there's the Echo mode. Perfect if you want to extend the device's battery life. The Echo mode means that the detector will transmit its status updates to the hub less frequently. Of course, this is only the case if protection mode is off. If the system is armed, any device used for protection will immediately transmit information to the hub about any detected event. Listen up, another pro tip. If you want to use a detector for smart home functions, do not enable the echo mode for it. Why? Because it will delay the execution of the set activity. For example, we want our motion detector cam to take part in lighting control. If the echo mode is switched on, this will cause the lights in the living room to switch on not immediately, but a moment after motion is detected. And that's not quite what we want, is it? So remember, for devices involved in the smart home functions, the echo mode should be switched off. And for which devices is it worth enabling the echo mode? For example, for the multi-sensor, which measures temperature, humidity, and atmospheric pressure, or for the outdoor dusk detector. With these devices, we do not need frequent updates to keep the system running properly. And by activating the echo mode, their battery life will be extended. Let's get back to the motion detector cam. I mentioned that it has a built-in camera. Let me explain right away what this is about. When protection is enabled, the motion detector cam will take a series of 3 photos whenever it detects movement. And what about when the system is not armed? We can also take photos at our own request with just one click in the app. Owing to special illumination, the detector also takes nice pictures at night. The app arranges a GIF using a series of 3 photos, which you can check in Event Log. The photos are also saved on an SD card placed in our hub from where you can transfer them to a computer, for example. The first device added. It was quick, wasn't it? It's time for another one, the flood detector, a water leak detector extremely useful at home, especially in the bathroom, laundry room or kitchen. Okay, back to the app. We are in the Groups tab. Each icon indicates specific groups of devices. Click on the All icon. Look, here is the motion detector cam I added a moment ago. Let's click Add Device. As before, we must first turn it on. So we open the enclosure, insert the battery, assemble the detector, and click Next. And here you already know what to do. We click Add, give a name, and now it's time for the room. In this case, it will be the bathroom. Next, we select a device group. Do you remember me saying that the Use for Protection mode is enabled by default for all devices with a few exceptions? The flood detector is such an exception. That's why you can see here that we only have one additional option at the end, the echo mode. Why is there no use for security option? Because in the case of a flood detector, we want it to be armed non-stop, not just in the protection mode. The same goes also for a smoke detector or gas detector, for example. So, do we want the detector to operate in the echo mode? No, we don't. Here, we'd better maintain the highest possible polling frequency in order to find out about possible flooding as soon as possible, to be able to react as quickly as possible and minimize the damage. So we turn off the echo mode. Okay, we click Save and we're done. Don't you agree that operating the B-Wave app is simple and very intuitive? A few minutes and a few clicks are all it takes to launch the system, add devices and configure them. That's all from me today, and as I am comfortable sitting here, I'll stay another 15 minutes and add the other devices to the system, so that we have everything ready for the next episode. Next time we meet, I'll show you how to control it. Add scenes, routines and schedules to automate the house. Don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up and subscribe the channel. See you soon. Bye!